Hello and a warm welcome to all the action from the 7th round of the 2009 Hands-Free FIM Superbike World Championship. Well, it's been a busy month of May with hardly a break for Superbike and Supersport, with 3 rounds in the space of 4 weeks, including the final 2 flyaway races this year. Just a couple of weeks after South Africa, therefore, the crates were opened up again on the other side of the world, this time at the Miller Motorsports Park circuit near Salt Lake City for the Utah US round. This was the second visit to the Miller circuit for Superbike, and they were joined by their Supersport cousins for a full weekend of action. Races at Kyalami had produced a double 1-2 result. The Ducati Xerox team and Noriyuki Haga and Michel Fabrizio were now first and second in the championship. But Miller was Ben Spieth's haunting ground after many years in AMA, and the Yamaha man was surely not going to let the Ducatis run away with it in front of his home fans. And the Hondas were now getting closer to the front runners, with Jonathan Rea and Leon Haslam hoping to go well at Miller, together with last year's surprise double winner Carlos Checa in the 10K team. So let's head to the Miller Motorsports Park complex by America's Great Salt Lakes for all the action from round 7. Well, the Kawasaki World Superbike Racing Team have been struggling to score the results since the start of the year. But one man who's putting his heart and soul into the project is Australian Brock Parks, who has fully recovered from recent injury. We asked Brock to give us a first-hand look at his regular Kawasaki mount and talk to us about his season so far. So it's over to you, Brock.
First of all, I'd like to show you the things that you see most. Basically, the fairing is it's all carbon fibre. We have a new tank. It's just come. Basically, we had to have a bigger tank for more fuel. We have a new subframe. We have Showa suspension. If you look at the front brake Brembo calipers, they're the new MotoGP calipers. We run an Arata exhaust pipe. It comes straight from Japan, from the factory. On the dash, we have all the main things, you know, your temperature, your oil temperature, your gear, your lap time. Let's see what we can do to the end of the year and next year, and I think next year will get even tougher. So.
Miller Motorsports Park is one of the finest circuits in North America. Opened in 2006, it has 4 different layouts, including the 3.08-mile outer course used for World Superbike. The 3,500-foot main straightaway allows the bikes to get close to 200 miles per hour before braking for turn 1. The track is basically flat, but the design has a few slight elevation changes to offer character, challenge and unparalleled sightlines for spectators. Points leader Noriyuki Haga continued his hate affair with the Miller track. The Japanese rider bruised and battered from a nasty crash in qualifying and having to start from row 3. His Italian teammate Michel Fabrizio continued his good feeling with Miller to take the final front row grid slot. Third and second went to the 10K Honda pairing of Ryuichi Kiyonari of Japan and last year's double race winner Carlos Checa of Spain, both of whom were looking good for the races. But once again it was Spieth who started from pole position after powering to a record 7th Superpole in 7 races. The 24-year-old wiped out the old record of 6 on the run set by fellow Texan Doug Poland in 1991. So what a start to the weekend for the rookie American. As we move on to Sunday race day, let's hear from our regular commentator Jonathan Green, who's joined in the box this time by another special guest, multiple World Superbike race winner and all-round cool guy Ben Bostrom for all the action.
And away we go. Little bit of a jump there from Haga. But away goes Chianari, a much better start from Chianari and Checo.
Watch Biaggi.
And look at Biaggi stream through the pack. And that is a fantastic start from Max Biaggi. And into the first corner, it's Chianari that tips it in. And Speed's just being a little bit careful not to get into trouble. He has a 4-second lead, so it won't concern him, but he'll want to get past Chianari and does so just as he did on Biaggi in South Africa. Right up the inside, elbows playing, but Chianari has come to play. Chianari holding on to that lead, Speed goes with him.
You know what he's thinking right now? I got to get with the guy who was leading the last time. He's obviously fast. The two of us can get away, and he can get away from that dog pack as well. But I don't think they're going anywhere. I think the boys have got the leashes on them, and it's going to be a fight to the end.
Good start from Bok Parks as well. He's up to 4th place behind Checker in 3rd. The two Hondas chasing the Yamaha R1. And then it's Kawasaki, their best run so far this year. Now that Brock Parks is back from injury, having done that shoulder in, he's fully fit now. Out of the last corner they come. Everybody nice and safely through, but Ben Speed's already starting to pull away at the front. His lap, a 1:54.6. Chianari, 1:55.3. He put down the hammer in the second half of the circuit. Through goes Checker into 2nd place.
That's what Ben's looking for. He wants these two Hondas to fight and let him get away.
Well, Chianari, ever so polite as the Japanese rider, but he's just been duffed up by Checker. And Checker moves into 2nd place. Winner, remember, of both races last year.
That was a great pass.
Jonathan Ray going through as well.
Great pass.
Let's take a look at the times as they come through. 1:48.9. Sensational lap by Ben Spies.
1.4 seconds as well. Incredible.
He's managed to eke out 1.4 seconds in just 2 laps. The others are all running on the 1:49s as well. Checker 1:49.5. Parks 1:49.9. So it's competitive. Laying down some darkies. Ben Spies on the Yamaha. And the crowd enjoying it, up on their feet, cheering him on at home. Down the hill he comes. $1:49.7 by Spies this time. The gap still 6.4 seconds to Chianari. Chianari on track in 3rd position, but 2nd overall. Checker is in 3rd overall and is 2nd on track at the moment. A baby boy, Ben Spies. And now he's fulfilling his huge
Jamie
potential.
With a fantastic pass again.
Whoa, well.
And put back on him.
A big time pass, and under pressure now. Brock Parks losing a couple of places there. Hacking going through, and everybody queuing up. And interesting enough, look, the two Ducatis are right there where they need to be as well. It's Spies, Checker, Chianari, Ray, Biaggi, Parks. Hacking now moving up to 7th place. Haslam, Fabrizio and Haga all chasing down.
Fabrizio just put a move on Haslam and has moved in behind Jamie. He's got his eye on the prize as well.
There's a certain corners you always feel more comfortable, and he's just done exactly what you think.
Oh, they touched.
Oh, you don't want to do that. Paul Byrne just lost his lunch.
Well, Fabrizio goes, that's a freebie. Thanks,
Yeah,
boys.
thanks, boys. You can fight all you like. That doesn't bode well. Guys, great fighting, but don't touch each other, huh? Cross the line they come. Fabrizio makes up a place, and Chianari puts his quickest lap in. And that just gifts Jonathan Ray. Is that hard coming down the top of there?
It is, you know, like I said before, it's the input the rider's putting into the bike. And when you have it thing onto the right and you flip it too hard, it unloads the back suspension, and obviously you lose the back. And this is be the case here on these switchbacks. Besides the fact that it's a bit of a front end corner, and you can't see with the guy in front of you. When he's in front, you can't see how close to it to the curb. You risk hitting a peg, touching the bike on the curb. There you go. This is all rider input, and aggressive rider input causes this on the bike.
Hey, I got news for you. Checker's coming. 1:49.4. 2/10 quicker than Speeds last time. Diving into the first corner now. And we've got an aggregated first race and the possibility of rain coming up later in the afternoon. Shane Byrne looking for a way past Haga. Much better racing by the Englishman. And so too's the man behind him. Jakob Schmerz, number 96, the first time he's shown He's in 12th place and trying to get past. Kageyama looking for a way past, but they've got past Haslam. Haga has anyway. No, he hasn't. He's looking to get a good result out of this. Fastest lap by Jamie Hacking. His 150.001. He's up in 7th place and in 7th overall as well.
Open your mouth and say something. At least get it off your chest so you know when you go out you better do your job because you said something to the boys.
Well, Fabrizio almost had Chianari on his chest then, but through he went. And you're absolutely right, and it goes back to what you were saying about the mental head approach. You know, it's so much is involved in that. The bike hasn't changed. He's just changed, maybe. Fabrizio and Biaggi, what a great battle this too. Two Italians, two Italian machines. Completely different, though, and very different characters. One on the way up, the other one not on the way down by any means, but still chasing his 5th world title. Wow, what a race this is turning out to be, and this could be massively significant for the championship overall as we head towards that second half. And I tell you what, this race is all taking part on the board rather than on the track. We're watching the times change.
There we go with Fabrizio under Max.
Nice move.
Incredible. A brilliant pass too. It's not easy to get around there.
Fabrizio needs to get the hurry up because he too is in trouble because he's in that battle with Ray and Biaggi. So he's got past Biaggi and now needs to get past him on aggregate. But here comes Big Ben. And he's chiming in with another brilliant run. I've got the other Ben with me. How impressed are you?
Oh, 3 corners to go right now. Home turf victory points. Think about it. Haga back in 8th place right now.
Well, the High Plains drifter has rolled into town. 7 pole positions, another win. And Ben Spies wins in Salt Lake City. Captain America does it in America.
We've been working on our starts a little bit, and this is a long straightaway, and really needed to get a good start. But it was a good race for us. Obviously, the first race was a little bit more comfortable, but the second race was tough because I wanted to win the real race, and Carlos was riding pretty good, and I couldn't take too many risks, but I just had to be fast enough to keep him at bay, and because I wanted to cross the line first place, even though I knew I had about 6 seconds on him. So it was tough doing that, but it was a fun race, and hopefully this rain will hold off and we can have a good race too and some good weather.
So Spies dominated to take his 6th win of the year in the restarted race, and points leader Nori Haga could only finish 9th. Carlos Checa continued his good feeling with Miller to take the runner-up slot. And 3rd place went to Fabrizio, who was slowed by 2 poor starts. It was a good day for 10K Honda as Chianari and Ray came home in 4th and 5th, while Biaggi worked his way up to 6th at the flag on his Aprilia. Now let's join up with Jonathan Green and Ben Bostrom in the commentary box for the start of race 2.
Checa's going to challenge for the first corner. Here he comes. But here comes Fabrizio.
Yeah, the Ducati looks to have an amazing motor on the drag race, and I believe he's leading.
No, not quite. Spies just tips it in ahead.
Snuffed him.
Fabrizio. And look at Haga up to 4th. So Haga's got away well. What a good start from Nitro Nori. He hit the button at the start for sure. Beautiful scenes in the distance, but the clouds still to the other side of the track. Cross the line they'll come for the first time, and it's being led by Ben Spies, who's almost pulled a second away from Fabrizio. Checa is 3rd, Haga, Biaggi, Ray, Chianari, Byrne still in the top 8, top speeds of 312 kilometers per hour as they head across the line.
What a beautiful pass by Biaggi, only to lose it.
Well, it was for about half a second.
We'll
have a look at the times as they come across the line. Last time out a 1:48.70, 1:49.1 this time, and a 1:49.3 by Fabrizio. They are in their own world. Haga does a 1:50.2, and that's his fastest lap. But look at this. Ray comes back strong. Into the first corner. Has he got it? Has he got it? Yes, he has. And it is a crash. And that is why, because Carlos Checa has gone down. Well, I heard the crowd sigh and go before we saw the pictures, and that was Carlos Checa, and then that's a big off for him while in 3rd place, and that's played into the hands of Haga. Excuse me, that's Scassa. Luca Scassa. Kawasaki all the same, but the distinctive helmet of Luca Scassa, the tall figure of Lucas Scassa, a previous AMA
Here we
rider,
go.
remember, and it's another Kawasaki he's come together with.
Indeed.
Oh, that's a big one. Oh, no, 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 no. The other rider, I think that was Hacking, the other rider, was lucky to avoid it. Identical times from Spies and Fabrizio last time out. The gap stabilising as through goes the Aprilia, blowing away, quite literally, the Ducati. And through goes Biaggi in pursuit. And he's done it again, wide at the first turn, and back goes Haga.
Yeah, it doesn't appear Max likes that corner too much. He just likes getting in there. Although, in saying that, big front end turn on the right, and he's pushed it in there.
And he's back through, so Biaggi definitely got his tail up for this one. Now, look at the gap between there, but you can see physically Fabrizio's pushing hard in the mid part of this race. Here's a little bubble from Ben Spies, just a little mistake. Now, we saw that happen similar in South Africa, and it ended his real quest for a win there. Just a slight mistake. And, well,
he's pushing hard right now. He knows.
He's pretty special, but he's human.
Yeah, he's a super talent, but they're all human out there, as is Fabrizio, who's coming on strong. Another crash.
Another crash. And I wonder if the conditions now are catching a few people out. And I've got a horrible feeling that is Jakob Schmerz. And I say horrible in that he was going so strong. Top 8 at one point. But sadly, let's have a look.
Wow.
Oh, yes, that check did bounce. Let's hope he's okay.
That was a hard hit.
Yeah, it was. Biaggi's time to lead that
That's
group.
exactly what happened with Hacking and Sasa. I'm glad Biaggi didn't stick it in there.
Got to be careful. There's a long way to go just yet. And they watch on in the Ducati pit patiently, apprehensively. Haslam showing and going up the inside. He's joined Chianari. Whoa! 3 does not go into 1, Leon.
No, not on a decreasing radius like that. It's threading the needle.
On a day that Haga has not been able to come to the fore due to his injuries. Haga stays down in 9th place and will lose big points to both his teammate and Ben Spies. Meanwhile, the 3rd place battle is still on.
Oh,
and
no!
just as we say that, Haslam goes down. But at the front, it's going to be Spies. Haslam will rush back, but he won't make it. Ray's going to take 3rd place. But coming across the line is Ben Spies. 2 up for the Texas Terrier. It's time for some Texas two-stepping. Come on. Give me a yeehaw, Ben. Headed home to Texas as a 2-time winner and back in contention for his first title in his rookie year. He did it in his backyard in absolute style. And the Lone Star State is a proud place to be right now. Ben Spies is coming home in style. Fabrizio finishes 9 seconds behind. Ray is 3rd with 14 seconds adrift. And poor old little Leon.
We held it. He kind of, the string popped with 6 to go, and we were able to ride in. But man, the pace was extremely fast. 48.7 I saw on my timer, and all low 49. So it was extremely good race. And like I said, he rode a hell of a race too. And it's good to get a double win here, and unfortunately, we all know Hog is not 100%, but it's you got to capitalize on the weekends, and when we had problems, he did, and we made up some points, and now I'm sure it's going to be a fight from here on out.
Exactly, you're back in 2nd place in the championship. Next round is Misano, so back to Italy.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I haven't been to that track, but we've made it before, so it's I think it's another track the Yamaha R1 is going to excel at. So we just got to go there with an open mind and ride 100% and see what we can get away with.
So the second race was similar to the first, with Spies taking the lead at the first turn and never relinquishing it. Fabrizio this time kept him in his sights for over half the race before settling for the runner-up slot. And the final podium place went to Jonathan Ray after Haslam had crashed out on the last lap, while Biaggi finished 4th. And we could see that Haga was clearly not at 100% as he came home 8th. So let's have a look at the points, and Haga still leads on 265. But Spies is closer now and has cut the gap to 53, while Fabrizio continues to look good on 201. Johnny Ray, Max Biaggi and Leon Haslam are next up. it was the first visit for the Supersport boys to the Miller Motorsports Park circuit, and they were guaranteed to produce some nail-biting action. Qualifying saw the first surprise as Joan Lascorts from Spain took his first ever pole on the Kawasaki. Eugene Laverty and points leader Cal Crutchlow were alongside on a Honda and Yamaha respectively, while Gianluca Nanelli made it 4 different makes on row 1 on the Triumph. Let's hear from Jonathan Green and Ben Bostrom for the Supersport action.
And they held them for a while, but away we go, and the whole front row went off together. And McCoy gets a good start on the Triumph, Nanelli going with him. And it looks as though it's the Honda that leads the way. Down towards that first corner. Sofoglu's got away well too. Diving into the corner, and it's Cal Crutchlow taking second place. And everybody goes through. And where's your first opportunity to overtake, Ben, on this circuit now?
It's coming into the hairpin, really. All these passes that are going to be made are very aggressive passes, shoving in. Best thing to do, follow. Come into this hairpin, jockey position, you could overtake 3 guys coming up on the brakes. It's 5th gear back down to 1st.
Here we go then. Already Cal Crutchlow challenging Eugene Laverty, and once again it's the 2 Brits out front. Lascorts taking 3rd place by the looks of things, but still in contention. And look how close it is at the front.
I expected to see this the whole race.
Yeah, it will be. Laverty leads it though from Crutchlow. Lascorts right where he needs to be. The Triumphs didn't get away too well. Sofoglu had a good start. And Sofoglu in 6th place, then Nanelli, Rockley, Legreve and Harms the top 10. McCoy's up there. Atchison's got up to 5th place. Good start from... Oh, bang! Down!
That corner has got a lot of numbers this weekend.
That's one of the... That's the Honda of Atchison, I think. He's got the start he wanted to. He's going to go for it. You can guarantee that. And already Cal Crutchlow makes his move. And the Yamaha muscles his way past the Honda and into the lead. And now they've got to be careful. The problem with this is if Cal Crutchlow gets a sniff of the front, they've got to react quickly, and that's exactly what Laverty's doing. I told you they'd be swapping paint, and it's only 2 laps in.
That was a very aggressive pass, you know. That's
Look at this.
Unbelievable.
No.
That's a 5th gear corner right there.
I told you they knew each other. Pitt is up to 11th place, so watch out for Andrew Pitt. A 1:53.9 last lap. Everybody, the fastest laps they've done so far. Sofoglu, the fastest man out on track, 1:53.8. That's a new lap record by the Turk. But having said that, Crutchlow was quicker than him and could actually make a pass here down the bump of the straight. Here we go, the Yamaha's got the slipstream and looks for the pass in turn 1. Not quite, though.
It looked like he gave it back to him. He said, Laverty, you've been putting in the pace. I'm going to follow you for a few laps. You've got the pace down. I'm going to learn from you. And you're going to pay in the end for this. Yes, Sofoglu had to. McCoy and Nanelli were fighting out of the Triumphs. They're holding him up just a bit, and the 3 leaders are getting away. So he's got to close this gap down. Otherwise, he's going to use up all his tire trying to catch him and help nothing in the end.
Whoa, that almost ended in tragedy rather than triumph. Ooh. That could be a good result for him. And that's a Sofoglu. That's his move. Well, here he comes. And Lascorts had to sit up there. And he just beat up the Spaniard then. And the Turk flies through. Black Rock hairpin is the next one. And here comes the Turk. Great move from Sofoglu. Can he hold it all together? He stopped Crutchlow for a moment. And he has taken second. Crutchlow will come back. Great racing. Eugene Laverty holds it. Sofoglu comes back again, takes second place. Crutchlow's got it all to do. The crowd on their feet loving this. This is Supersport racing. I said someone pull the pin and it's all happened on the last lap. Meanwhile, Eugene Laverty is comfortable, but Sofoglu now is looming right behind him. Less than a lap to go.
I don't think that was in Crutchlow's plan, actually.
No.
You know, Sofoglu right here, there's not an easy place to pass unless he's studied the Superbike race and saw Jamie Hacking's specialty. When the guy sets up for the big right, he pulls left, you just go under him on the right side.
Can Sofoglu do it?
We're going to find out. It's coming up.
Here we go. Eugene Laverty has led this race the whole way, but
he's not going to wait.
World champion! He makes the move. They touch. He knocks Eugene Laverty wide, and now Crutchlow has another chance to come back at him, but Sofoglu has pushed his way to the front. What a way to make a victory. And look at this. Crutchlow's knocked up with Laverty. Here they come, almost into our commentary position, but it's going to be Kane and Sofoglu at 2. with Turkish Delight in USA. What a win! He bangs the tank.
Well, what a race and what a final lap as Kenan Sofuoglu smashed and grabbed his way to a second win of the year and is now back in contention for the title run. Crutchlow and Laverty are still ahead in the points, however, as they move into the second half of the season.
It was hard race in the beginning. I was behind my crew and just front guys, they a little bit put me up, but finally when I catch, it was not difficult to following them, but last lap I really tried because last few races we have not a good result and I really want to win this race. In warm-up I saw I have a big chance to win. I was very strong before the race. I was a little bit slow. My bike is a little bit slow in the straight, but we have a very good setup. Sunday morning we finally, I think we are good direction and team working very hard. I'm very happy. I like to say very big thanks, especially my mechanics last night. They worked hard. Finally we get the result.
So it was a perfect weekend for Ben Spies at Miller Motorsports Park. It looked all over at Kyalami, but now you can't be so sure. There's still half a season to go and plenty of points up for grabs. We're back to Italy for the next event at the Misano World Circuit, so join us again there in 3 weeks' time for round 8. This has been Julian Thomas reporting from Salt Lake City. Bye for now and see you soon.